everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today is going to be a get ready with me for a ball or a prom. So depending on what you guys have, it's just basically an excuse to get super dressed up and look beautiful. So I'm lighting my favourite candle by Bath and Body Works, which is mahogany teakwood. This really reminds me of Abercrombie and Fitch. It smells beautiful, like their fierce scent. I've got some beautiful daffodils and my favourite H mug, which is from notonthehighstreet.com. I love to have a cup of tea in this mug. It's just perfect and gets me set up for the day. So on my hair, I'm going to use this brand new L'Oreal Paris Elvive Extraordinary Clay, and this is the clay mask, which is a pre-shampoo treatment. This is basically designed for oily roots, which I get really badly. All you do is just section off the hair and then you just apply this product onto the roots directly, and then I just leave it on my hair for about 5 minutes before I go in the shower and wash it off using a shampoo and conditioner. I find that this really just helps to take away any kind of grease and shine and oiliness from my roots, which, as I said, I really do suffer with, I think, like most people. And then I'm just going to apply the rest of the product kind of just over the rest of my hair, and I'm going to leave this on for 5 minutes. As I said, I'm going to put on now my Vita Coco coconut oil. Now I am absolutely obsessed with this. This stuff can be used for anything, so I'll show you in a minute how I'm going to use it on my skin, but I actually just kind of heat it into a liquid form because it's much easier to go on, and I use it all over my hair just as a really nice mask. It just leaves my hair feeling so soft. Next I'm going to turn on my UE Boom sound system. This is the UE Boom 2 and I absolutely am just obsessed with this. I listen to it all the time while I'm in the shower, and I'm putting on one of my favourite songs at the moment, which is by Mike Posner, and it's called I Took a Pill in Ibiza. It's just a really fun song and I really love it. And then I'm going to jump into the shower. Now while I'm in the shower, I'm going to use my L'Oreal Elvive Extraordinary Clay Rebalancing Shampoo and Conditioner. What I love about this shampoo and conditioner is that it's basically aimed, or they're both basically aimed at oily roots and dry ends, which is exactly my problem areas. Then I'm going to be using a Rituals Warming Ginger and Fresh Eucalyptus Sea Salt Body Scrub. I love to use this, especially because I tan quite a lot. It just helps my skin so much. On my face, I'm going to be using my GOLDFADEN MD Doctor Scrub. This is my favourite scrub. It's so good for exfoliating my face. And for my razor, I'm going to be using my Venus Embrace Sensitive, which I love. Once I'm out of the shower, I'm going to use this new Sanctuary Polishing Hot Cloth Cleanser. I really love this one because it reminds me so much of the Liz Earle Hot Cloth Cleanser, which I've been a fan of for so long now. So first of all, I open up my pores using the hot muslin cloth. I just warm it under a tap, and then basically I'm just going to rub the product into my face in kind of circular motions. This is obviously sped up totally. Then I'm just going to wipe it all off using, again, a warm cloth just to kind of get rid of any excess on my face. And then I'm just going to put a cold muslin cloth over the top of my face just to close up my pores. Next I'm going to go on to toning, and I'm using this Soothing Apricot Toner by Elias. This is one of my favourites. It just really helps to calm my skin and just leaves it feeling so beautiful and relaxed. I love it. I've really been getting dry skin recently, so I found this amazing facial oil. It's called Hydrate Me and it's by 3 Organics. This is for dry skin and it's just perfect. I just put it really lightly over my skin, and then I'm going to be using my Aveda Botanical Kinetics Energizing Eye Cream. This is really good for getting rid of any kind of puffiness, dark circles, all that sort of thing that obviously we all want to banish. And then using this for my moisturizer and primer, this is my This Works in Transit Camera Close-Up. This is basically a mask, a moisturizer and primer in one. It goes on quite heavily, but it just really sets my makeup in place and it's a really nice base for it. And then I've been using this recently. This is by Filorina, and this is basically a lip plumping product, which I'm a little bit nervous about using, but actually it's been amazing. It's been so good at just kind of plumping my lips up. I just apply it liberally 5 times a day. Don't even notice that it's on there, but I have noticed a difference in my lips being fuller, which is great. And then I'm going to go back to my Vita Coco coconut oil, and I'm actually going to use this as a body moisturizer. So again, as I said, it's got so many different perks to it. You can use it to cook with as well, but it leaves my skin feeling so soft. It is just unreal. Moving on to makeup now, and I'm using my Collection Lasting Perfection Ultimate Wear Concealer. This one is in number 2 and it's Cool Medium, and I'm just using it over my pesky little spots that have seemed to have come up since Mother's Day. I had a massage, but it's really, and like a facial, and it's almost brought out all my spots, which is really annoying. But I'm just blending it in using my Sephora Pro Airbrush Concealer Brush, which I absolutely love because it just leaves my skin looking a lot more flawless than it should be. And then I'm going to use as an amazing foundation. I love this. This is new by NARS, and it is their Velvet Matte Skin Tint, and this has SPF 30 in it, and this one is in Grownland Light 3. I love this. I'm just applying it using my Real Techniques stippling brush. I really like this because it's such a nice coverage and it's really beautiful colour as well. It almost feels like velvet on your skin. It's not too heavy, but it's just enough coverage, especially for nighttime. I love it. And then I've fallen in love with this sculpting set. This is basically by L'Oreal Paris, and it's their Infallible Sculpt, and it's their contouring palette with highlight and contour in it. So this is in 01 Light Medium, and it's basically like a cream. So I just apply it using my ring finger, just kind of in a shape of like a 3 around where you'd normally kind of expect to contour, and then I actually just go over the top using my Sigma Small Contour F05 brush. This is just to kind of like blend it in for me because I'm not that good at contouring. It's quite a subtle look though. Then for blush, again I'm using cream. This is by Topshop and it is their blush in Dalliance. This looks like a really scary colour, but actually it's so beautiful and it's so blendable. You just get a little bit on your ring finger again and just kind of like pat it in a couple of little places, and then I basically use my finger and also a blush brush to kind of blend it in, and I'm using my Sigma Large Angled Contour F40 brush just to blend it all in, and it looks so beautiful. Next, I'm going to go back to my L'Oreal Infallible Sculpt palette, and I'm just going to use the highlighting part of it. Again, it's just a cream, and I just go sort of underneath my eyes and along my T-zone and down to my Cupid's bow. And then I kind of either just do it with my finger, or if I really want a nice flawless look, I'm using my Gaia Natural Wonders of the Earth brush, and this is basically just like a fan brush, and it just really helps just to kind of set it all in place. I really love that kit just because it's such a foolproof way of contouring and highlighting, which can be quite scary. Next, on my eyes, I'm just using my Urban Decay Easy Baked eyeshadow, and I'm just applying it using my Sigma Large Fluff E50 brush. I love this because it's just really subtle but sparkly and is so pigmented. And then over the top, I'm going to use my Yves Saint Laurent Full Metal Shadow, and this one is in number 4. This is so pretty, just as a metallic kind of shine over the top of any eyeshadow, and I just absolutely love it for a bit of sparkle. Next, I'm trying something new, and this is by Max Factor, and it's their Masterpiece High Precision Liquid Eyeliner in 01 Velvet Black. I love this because it's so easy to use. I usually really struggle to do liquid liner. This is kind of like my look tonight. I want it all to be about the eyes as opposed to my lips. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a wing at the edge, and actually the way that the tip is designed, it's so nice to use and it doesn't dry up either. It's so easy. I love it. Then on the top, oh my gosh, I love this as a mascara. This is new from Max Factor, and it's their Voluptuous False Lash Effect mascara, and this one is in black. This is such a nice mascara to use if you want a little bit of volume and you want them to look quite dramatic as lashes. It's such a beautiful but thick brush, so don't be put off by it. It does look incredible, and I just do 2 coats of it. Next, I'm moving on to my brows, and I'm using my Collection Eyebrow Kit, which is in brunette. I am just using the gel that comes in the pack just to kind of separate my brows and just to kind of bush them up a little bit. And then I'm going to use all 3 colours, so a mixture of all 3, and I'm going to apply using my Bobbi Brown eyebrow brush. I love this just because it really allows me to get a really nice kind of precise brow. I try not to go too dark, but obviously my hair is very dark, so I don't want my eyebrows to kind of get washed away. I'm going for nude lips tonight, and I'm using this beautiful lipstick which is by Revlon, and it is their Super Lustrous lipstick in 671 Mink. This is so moisturizing on my lips. I absolutely love it, and the color is just beautiful. And then over the top, I'm going to use my Rimmel Oh My Gloss lip gloss, and this is in 120 Non-Stop Glamour. I love this as a lip gloss. It's just so perfect and so shiny. And then I'm going to blow dry my hair using my Mark Hill hair dryer. I love this just because it's so powerful and it gets my hair dry super quickly, even though I have so much of it. Next, I'm going to actually do my hair. So I'm wearing an updo tonight, which is a little bit different for me. So if you guys like it, obviously click the like button because that would mean the world to me. I'm basically going to put my hair up in a ponytail and I'm just going to secure it using a tie, just a normal sort of hair tie. Because I have such a lot of hair, I do tie it quite a few times to keep it in place. You can decide how high or low you want to have your bun. And then I'm going to take my little donut. This is my hair donut. I know I've got a blonde one, but I don't really wear it up that often because I'm not really that confident in it, so I haven't worn it since I've been blonde, so you have to excuse it. Anyway, you basically kind of pull your hair all over the donut just in front of your face. It's easier if you've got someone to help you, I must admit, at this stage. And then you just kind of take sections of the hair and just keep wrapping it around the donut just until you kind of cover it all. And then you basically just want to secure it in place using little hairpins or bobby pins. It is actually a really easy way of doing your hair, but you do have to kind of just take a little bit of getting used to it. I really like it as a look though. I just think it looks really elegant and really beautiful. So obviously, as I said, guys, give it a thumbs up if you like this look because it's very different for me. And then I'm going to secure it in place using this L'Oreal Paris Elnet Satin Spray. This just smells really beautiful as a hairspray. It always reminds me of my grandma and I'm just obsessed with it. And then this is my final kind of finished hair look. So yeah, guys, what do you think? Do you like it up? I'm not sure. I think I really like it. Then on my nails, it's time to do a base coat, and I'm using my Nails Inc Nail Kale Superfood Base Coat. This is so good for my nails because it doesn't feel like it's really chemical on them, which is great. And then I'm going to go quite nude on my nails, so I'm using this Topshop Nails in Bone Idol. This is a really pretty colour and I just love it. I'm not very good at doing my nails upside down, so excuse being really shaky. And then on one nail, as you can see on my ring finger, I'm using this, again, Topshop Nails in Crystal Clouds. And this is just a really pretty metallic sort of colour that just looks a little bit different and I absolutely love it. And then because I don't have time or patience to wait for my nail polish to dry, I'm using this Sesh Beat top coat, which I just love because it's so super quick at drying my nails and it's gorgeous. And then this is my finished look, and this dress is actually from Jarlow London, which I love as a brand. It's so beautiful. This is their Christabel dress and it is in cream and it's got some really pretty detailing around the waist and I just think it's super flattering. It's almost quite Grecian, which I love. My clutch bag is just super sparkly just to break it up a little bit, and that's just from New Look. And this just kind of shows you guys the detailing of the dress itself. It just has the most incredible sequins and it's just gorgeous. And then on my feet I'm just wearing some nude heels, which is just from New Look. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope I've given you a bit of inspiration, especially if you guys are going to an event or a ball or especially a prom. Definitely go and check Jarlow out as a website because they do the most gorgeous dresses, and give this video a massive thumbs up if of course you've liked it, and I will see you guys in a few days time in my next video. Bye guys! It actually came with this as well, which I've again run out of. This is my Elias Pro Collagen Super Serum, and this is again for fine lines and wrinkles, and it's just an anti-aging serum. I'm trying to get more into my serums